Namaste, Jai Bharat. The DMK party in Tamil Nadu, the expansion of DMK is Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam. That's how I understand. They have right from the day one, they had right from the day one of their inception, they came up with the idea of exclusive Tamil Nadu, and they tried to give the Dravid name to their kind of things. They tried to project that Dravid is a racial identity. Of course, which did not succeed, because that is really not the case. That Dravid is not a racial identity. Everyone understands that Dravid is a geographical identity. Those who belong to the Dravid nation, and it's very explicitly stated in Tagore's national anthem, Dravida Utkala Banga. He speaks of geographies. Punjab, Sindh, Gujarat, Maratha, Dravid Utkala Banga. He speaks about the regions of Bharat. He tries to bring in the entire regions of Bharat in his Jan Gan Mana. And of course, in between, I would say Jan Gan Mana Adhinayaka is none other than the Dwaragadish Bhagavan Shri Krishna, no one else. There have been gross misconception about who is the Jan Gan Mana Adhinayaka. That apart, the DMK, they know that they are losing their grounds in Tamil Nadu from the BJP, especially with the IPS, former IPS guy Annamalai, well educated and a well disciplined person, and the BJP president presently for the state of Tamil Nadu. He is very aggressively honest. And this kind of thing is rare in DMK politics. These politicians are not very honest with themselves, even. Forget about being honest with others. The strategy of winning elections were primarily to create a kind of the other feeling about the people from the north. And that the other feeling is not just for the people from the north, but for anyone or everyone other than from within the state. In spite of the fact that Tamil Nadu has got a lot of other language speaking people living there, not just Hindi speaking, which are the communities everywhere, not just Gujarati speaking, but also the Telugu speaking people are more. Some Kannada speaking people and Malayalam speaking people, as you find all over the usual kind of presence. So these all people were kept in the exclusive category of the others, and primarily the Hindi speaking people, and they have not introduced Hindi as a compulsory course. The three language formula they refused to follow, and kept this Hindi language alien to common Tamilians. But the smart Tamilians have already learned Hindi. There is, I think, still the Dakshin Bharati Hindi Prachar Sabha, private kind of thing, where of course you pay nominal fees and go and learn Hindi, Prathamik, Madhyamik, Rashtrabhasha, Visharad, Vidwan, etc. That kind of a structure. There people learn Hindi, and those who could learn Hindi in this manner had no problem when they leave Tamil Nadu, but those who could not learn Hindi in this manner had difficulties when they went outside the state of Tamil Nadu, because just you leave Tamil Nadu and you just can't survive in Bharat without understanding Hindi. You just can't. In the one word, you just find it very difficult to survive. How do you talk to people when you go out? It's one nation, and you have to move from one corner to another corner. Hindi you can speak anywhere, and it's very difficult. I used to wonder how people find it without understanding Hindi. It becomes difficult. So because of the state's policies for attaining, getting power, getting elected, the people had to suffer. Generations had to suffer because of this. So they have now come with a new phenomenon. See, everyone like there's a way in you write US dollars and pound sterling, etc. So we have devised not very long back a symbol for rupees, and that symbol is Ra from the Devanagari script. And Devanagari is not the script of Hindi language alone. Devanagari is originally Devanagari is a script in which Devbhasha Sanskrit is written. And that interestingly, this thing was designed, this symbol was designed by Chamberlain himself, not anyone else. And at that time, if I'm not wrong, 9 ministers were there in Manmohan Singh's cabinet and one Minister for State in Finance, and that time they had no opposition. Now they create opposition. Things are very evident. And DMK used to come in power by giving freebies. They have given free TVs, small TVs and other freebies, many things for getting votes, and people used to go to the ground level and pay notes, currency for vote, etc. And Tamilians are very loyal to themselves generally. Common people are very religious, that's one thing. The common people are really hardcore Hindus. They are very religious. So they say something and they don't go against what they speak or they vouch, they follow. So they say, once they say we'll give the vote, they will give the vote. Like that really DMK was thriving, coming into power. And this one thing in Tamil Nadu that we must notice is that there is no antagonism against Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh. No one is against RSS. But look at Kerala. Kerala, they treat RSS as literally the other. All parties in Kerala try to project RSS as a bloodthirsty or very hostile, very unwanted kind of organization. That's a setup just in Kerala, and Kerala alone, nowhere else in Bharat. That makes Kerala unique in capital letters with negative meanings. But in Tamil Nadu, there's nothing against RSS, and they have a Hindu Munnani, and there's nothing against Hindu Munnani. So they only, because fundamentally Tamilians are very traditional, very religious people. They're very hardcore Hindus, practicing Hindus, not just Vishishradvaita of Ramanujacharya. They're practicing Hindus, and no one has tried to exploit the Hindu sentiments. That would have been left hands this thing if you try to influence the Hindu sentiment, but that's not needed. They're already practicing Hindus, religious Hindus. So the DMK can't speak anything about Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh or BJP that manner, but they even tried to create exclusiveness by saying this is Tamil. So they try to project the language. They try to manipulate people through the mother tongue. That's only to come into power. They're least bothered of the welfare of the Tamil people. They're least bothered of the welfare of the Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu is an industrially rich state, advanced state. They have all facilities for a good industries. They have industries, everything. They have revenues from the industry. They're doing well. Their per capita is excellent. But with all those things, the politicians who wanted to come in power, they kept the poor Tamilians in ignorance. This is typically hegemony. Hegemony is explained as ideological, intellectual domination of intellectual legitimization of social domination. Yes, hegemony is intellectual legitimization of social domination. They try to intellectually legitimize their domination using the Tamil language sentiments, and they would want to expand from Tamil language sentiments to something further, but with the sole purpose of coming into power, do anything and everything. Thus, of course, usually politicians do, especially dirty politicians do it in most dirty manner. That's what is happening in Tamil. They create a controversy against the R, rupees, Ra in Devanagari, and they want to say it should be written in Tamil. What nonsense, actually. They create, again, like Pakistan, much ado about nothing. They create controversies for their petty gains, and they're least bothered of the large interest of the people of Tamil Nadu, the Tamil population all over the world. They're least bothered of their welfare. They're least bothered of the culture. See, they have their own distinct culture, which of course indeed is a part of the greater Bharatiya Sanskriti. There is no exclusive culture for anyone in this nation. It's this way, that way connected or borrowed or given, contributed and received from the larger Bharatiya Sanskriti, which is based on Veda Upanishadic knowledge tradition, inescapable to every Bharatiya. Inescapable, I would say, to every Bharatiya. The Veda Upanishadic knowledge tradition's influence. You are under that umbrella of that, and whichever the culture you speak is either way, this way, that way, is a borrowed from that. At the same time, from distinct differences, we contribute as well. So, the Tamil culture they have nothing to do with. They are not bothered with the future of Tamilian, practical future of Tamilians. They simply wanted to come into power. So this kind of gimmicks and practices going on, and I don't think it can continue for a long time under a regime so sensible like BJP. We'll meet with some other thought again. Till then, it is Namaste. Jai Bharat, Jai Sri Ram.